And now, a special announcement. I began doing Old Time Radio Podcast 16 years ago this past Tuesday. Throughout that time, it has been something that I've done in addition to my day job. But that is changing. Today is my last day with my employer after 19 and a half years. And the podcast and other creative efforts are going to be my professional focus from here on out. Now, I actually did want to write down word for word what I was going to say. I don't really do that for podcasts, but I just could not find the time to write everything. But I did write an outline, which should at least help me from getting too far lost. So, in talking about what's ahead for us in the future, I first do want to say that I've worked with some really great people over the last 19 years and appreciated them and support they provided. And I've also appreciated the opportunity I had with my company. I started out in 2003 working in the call center and had an opportunity to really further my career, make a few moves in the course of that period, and have a lot of really interesting experiences. So I'm grateful for the opportunities. For a long time, my goal has really been to be able to focus full time on my creative efforts, particularly podcast and writing. And so I am really excited to be moving into this next chapter. And I want to thank those who really made this possible. I want to thank my wife for her patience and support through this entire 16-year process. Most of this time, this has seemed like a really far out possibility, with a lot of disappointments, a lot of opportunities we weren't able to take advantage of, and she never told me to stop or discourage me from continuing in this. And so I really appreciate her sacrifices over the years. Of course, she edited the website for many years before Elijah came along, so I really appreciate that. Andrew Rhines, of course, who edits the podcast and does a far better job than I can at cleaning up audio and at really helping put out the best possible project. He, of course, also has designed so much of our cover art. His Sherlock Holmes and Dragnet and Tales of the Texas Rangers cover art in particular are really great, and he's also provided a lot of technical assistance and advice as we've worked through various processes and done so much to support everything we do here, and I really appreciate what he's put into this. And then, of course, there's all of you listeners. In some ways, this is almost like a goes without saying. If I didn't have listeners, I obviously would not be making this move. But it's even more than that. Obviously, as we've been talking about throughout the listener support, people who do things like support the program on Patreon make such a great difference. And we've had some periods in the show where we've had growing pains, where we'd grown beyond our hosting, and we needed listeners to step up, and people supported us so that we could continue to bring you this podcast. But even beyond financial support, as I was talking about yesterday, your words of encouragement, all of the notes you sent in over the years have meant so much and helped us through so many of the rough passages. I received notes from so many of you about how the program mattered to you, and that sense that this was important and meaningful really meant so much and still means so much to me today. I also want to thank Spreaker, our host for the past 2.5 years. Their ad exchange has made this moment possible. And I'm really grateful for that opportunity and what that means for me as well as for a lot of other podcasters out there. Thanks to them, we're going to really be able to focus on being able to do some great things in the coming years that I'm really looking forward to. I've got ideas for 2 or 3 different old-time radio podcasts. Not daily podcasts, mind you, but weekly and bi-weekly, as well as an idea for a non-old-time radio podcast, and I've got some book ideas and an idea even for a YouTube channel, and we'll see how many of these things we get to. Although we're not planning to launch anything new right away. We're going to take a while just to kind of recalibrate life and rest up a little bit. Because trying to do 2 jobs while having a new baby can be a bit tiring. And we do have a break that will be coming up. I've pre-recorded programs for that period. It'll be about 2.5 weeks. All of the standard programs and features should go out as normal during this period. And we've got everything being recorded. I've pretty much finished our spring series of The Amazing World of Radio, and I'll be recording the Easter series in the next couple of weeks. And then when we return from break, we will start recording whatever summer series our Patreon supporters have chosen. So again, a lot of fun, exciting stuff ahead, and I'm looking forward to what this new period will bring. So, and again, I appreciate everyone who helped make this happen. Again, thank you so much.